Something's about to break in Los Angeles quiet meetings. Locked phones, a calendar change nobody saw coming, and if you blink, you'll miss the kind of moment that rewrites a franchise's mood in a single breath. You want exclusivity? Here it is. This isn't gossip dressed up as news. This feels like the pre-game tunnel right before the lights hit tight chests, fast heartbeats, and one sentence that could tilt an entire season. You're sensing it too, right? The tone, the timing, the way certain people have gone very, very quiet. This isn't the usual media day fluff or an agent's fishing expedition. This smells like a decision with weight, the kind that makes every teammate look each other in the eye and ask, "Are we ready for this?" Here's what I'll give you tonight without giving away the punchline. I'll lay out the real options on the table. Why this moment matters more than last summer's. Noise, how the timing lines up with legacy and family, and a body that still wants to compete at a ridiculous level. I'll map what this does to the Lakers playbook, how the locker room pivots, what it means for rotations, minutes, leadership voice, and what a last dance tone would do to the urgency in November, not April. I'll also show you how. This could be structured in practical terms contract language. PT ins and outs, the marketing wave you can ride without drowning the actual basketball. Plus the human side, the father, the husband, the mentor, the competitor who refuses to leave a job half-finished. No fairy tales, just straight hoops talk and clear scenarios. Before we go further, you're watching Lakers News Fan Report, our place, our rules, and our promise to keep it real with the purple and gold. If you bleed this team, smash that. Like, subscribe, and drop your city in the comments so I know where Lakers family is watching from. Tonight, more than ever, stick with me to the end because context is everything. All right, let's set the floor. The Lakers aren't just chasing wins. They're navigating legacy. That word gets tossed around a lot, but it hits different with this player, at this age, in this jersey. There's the weight of banners, the shadow of legends, the memory of a 60-point goodbye that still makes your skin tingle. There's also the reality of a league that got younger and faster while you were sleeping. The question has never been, can he still play? You know the answer to that. The question is what message this season should carry, and who gets to write the last paragraph on court. The picture is simple and complicated all at once. The team needs clarity of pecking order and clarity of purpose. Which nights are load? Nights. Which nights are statement nights? Who carries usage late? Who commands the huddle when the legs get heavy? A declaration right now, any declaration shifts the gravity. Your stars move differently when they know what the story is. Coaches draw cleaner lines. Role guys lock into lanes. And the fans? We lock in because the stakes get real. Zoom out for a second. Every great career has inflection points. Some were public championships, MVP pushes, epic series. Some were quiet meetings with family, long flights after tough exits, decisions made when nobody had a camera out. This tonight sits closer to that second bucket. It's about the man as much as the myth dot, so what are the plausible headlines? 3 paths make real basketball sense. 1. A farewell declaration that sets the tone for a final all-in run. 2. A recommitment that slams the door on retirement talk and reframes the season as another climb. 3. A personal pivot minute structure, role evolution, leadership reset that triggers changes without ending anything. Each would be seismic in its own way. But only one would make the league stop dead for a second. You feel me building to it. You know why. Because if this drops the way the whispers suggest, the schedule changes meaning, the road cities circle dates, and every rookie in the league starts dreaming about the photo they'll show their grandkids. Here it is, the headline. I'm bracing you for. LeBron James is preparing to announce that this will be his final NBA season. Now, take a breath, because words matter. This is not an official team press release. This is a live, credible scenario built on timing, on tone, on the shape of the conversations around him that points to a farewell season framing. Not a trade request. Not a mid-season exit. A clear, human declaration. One last run, said out loud, with the weight and responsibility that comes with it. That's the shock. Not the ability still elite. Not the hunger still raging. The shock is the stamp. This is the last chapter. And it starts now. Why does this make basketball sense? Because clarity unlocks everything. A farewell season forces urgency into the daily routine. Practices tighten. Film hits harder. Possessions get valued. It also simplifies the rotation. You protect peak nights. And protect the long game, not by hiding, but by planning like pros. There's an art to it: spot minutes, stagger closing groups, targeted back-to-backs, and the staff has the tools to do it if the mission is crystal. Tactically, a declared last dance sharpens the playbook. You lean into what travels. Two-man. Actions that punish switches, early clock looks before defenses get set, and tempo that saves legs. You prioritize quick-hitting sets and reduce the wait now go diet. More ghost screens to force miscommunication, more early slips to the rim to punish top locking, and more organized transition where shooters sprint the corners and the big becomes a trailer weapon. You don't need 100 new plays, you need 10 that bite every night. The leadership piece may be the biggest domino. A public one last ride, clear space for the next voice behind the scenes, because real leaders make room while they lead. Practices morph. Veterans teach by example. Young guys learn how to carry December like May. And when that last road trip hits, the group knows when to float him into rhythm and when to shoulder the heavy lifting. Championship teams are orchestras. This would tune the instruments. What about the body? That's the elephant in every conversation at this stage, and it's where the science comes in. A planned final run can actually be kinder to the body than a vague, open-ended grind. Why? Because you engineered the year. You track leave load, lean into recovery windows, design mid-season minicamps, and chase peak freshness around the games that matter most. Respect the calendar, and the legs will respect you back. There's also the league-wide ripple. You remember Kobe's farewell and Kareem's final lap, and how every arena felt like a tiny shrine for 48 minutes. This would be that with modern amplification. Opponents lock in harder. TV windows flex. Young stars bring their best every time out. It's pressure, sure, but it's also fuel. Legends play better when the lights are honest. Now, let's respect alternative paths, because we're not here to manifest, we're here to analyze. If the announcement lands softer, it could be a recommitment, a vow to return next season. Silencing the retirement drum and refocusing the narrative on let's go chase it now. That, too, would bring clarity, different tone. Same effect on urgency. Or it could be a role declaration, fewer minutes by design, specific closing groups, targeted usage around the schedule's toughest stretches. Don't dismiss that. Clarity in roles can add 5 wins by itself. Let's talk about the front office lens. A farewell season declaration changes the buyer-seller math by January. Instead of, can this piece help for 2 years? It becomes, does this piece help right now? You still protect future assets, but you prioritize fit and reliability over maybe upside. You look for switchable wings who don't need the ball. A stretch big who can defend in space for 12 perfect minutes. A guard who gets the team into sets without burning a timeout. It's not star chasing. It's chemistry building. And the human layer may be the most important. This is a father who's traveled a lifetime in this league. A husband who's built a home and a foundation bigger than basketball. A mentor who's placed his fingerprints on a generation. A formal last season lets everyone around him plan their lives with him, not around him. That matters. It matters more than we admit when we're arguing rotations on a Tuesday. Night in January, let's shift back to the court and talk impact on teammates. A clear last dance can be liberating for the other star. He takes the steering wheel without a whisper of disrespect. Nights where the legs feel heavy turn into your game nights by design, not accident. Role players settle because the looks they're getting become predictable. Same spots, same timing, same reads. Predictability is not boring. Predictability is winning. In the locker room, a farewell banner changes accountability. Guys police effort because nobody wants to be the reason the last dance stumbles. The training room gets full early. The cold tub becomes a meeting place. Those tiny edges add up. You've seen teams talk themselves into urgency. This would hardwire. Do I think this means the Lakers pivot away from development? No. A farewell season doesn't mean you mortgage the future. It means you pick the right moments to grow in games that still serve the mission. 10 targeted minutes for the young guard on nights where matchups fit. A stretch where the wing gets to run the second unit with a clear menu. That's how you build the bridge without burning it. If the announcement lands and it is, in fact, a recommitment rather than a goodbye, the lift is different but real. It shuts down the nightly retirement chatter, reduces the noise, and lets the team sell a clean message. We're here now, together, and we're not writing endings. We're writing beginnings. That tone matters too. The lead feeds off stories. You choose the story, or the story chooses you. Let's talk about how the staff can manage the calendar no matter what the message is. Segment the schedule into 4 blocks. In each block, pre-assign 2 rhythm games where the star's usage climbs intentionally and 2 conserve games where others carry the punch. Build lineups that protect pace without forcing it. Use early offense as conditioning instead of punishment. Nothing gasses old legs faster than jogging into late clock isolation's 3 straight trips. And when it's winning time, keep it simple. 4 sets you trust in your sleep. The high-angle 2-man, the Spain action with a decoy slip, the empty side pick and roll with a corner clear, and the angle handoff that turns into a downhill bully drive. Repetition is oxygen. The last thing you want in April is to be guessing at your best 5 or your best 2 actions. Declare them early and live with them. A word on the fans on us? We've ridden this roller coaster for decades. We know what it is to say goodbye and still believe in the next hello. If a farewell is what's coming, do it right. Appreciate the greatness without making every night a museum. Demand execution. Celebrate the moments. Hold the bar high, because that's what this jersey is for. There's also the league's obligation in moments like this. Schedule smart. Spotlight substance, and treat basketball like the product it is. No empty calories. The best gift the NBA can give a legend is a runway full of real games. All right, Lakers family, your turn. If the announcement is a last dance, how do you want it structured? Targeted minutes, pre-planned rest, or pure read the body feel? If it's a recommitment, what's the one roster tweak you push for by the deadline? If it's a role declaration, who slides up a chair at the leadership table, and what changes first in crunch time? Drop your blueprint in the comments. Be specific. Names, lineups, 4th quarter sets. Build me your plan. My personal take. Said with all the honesty I can bring, a clear message, any clear message helps this team. If the shock tonight is a farewell season declaration, I'm at peace with it because it gives the Lakers a target to chase every single day and lets a legend choose his ending on his terms. If it lands softer, I'm good with that too, as long as it closes the door on noise and opens the door to basketball. But for now, this is speculation, thoughtful and informed, not an official statement. We'll treat it with respect until the only voice that matters says the words out loud.